So basically, we reviewed Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Made a short video. Highly recommend you check them out. They're up and on the channel now. So go check it out. I thought it was an interesting movie. The idea of aliens getting wrapped into webs and duplicating. Very intriguing idea. It's a gym day today, too. But yeah, if you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend that you watch it. It's pretty good. For a late 1978 film that has Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams. Very interesting movie. Very good acting. Actors, actresses. I like the cinematography, characters. It's everything around the movie is interesting, to be honest. They're neck and neck, in my opinion. The one from 2005 in this version, absolutely neck and neck.
This is a terrible sentence. It's too much built on spite for this to go well. Yeah.
Some will think that one's better, some will think this one's better. In the eye of the beholder, like I always say. Absolutely in the eye of the beholder. I think the acting in both was pretty good. So that's why I said they're neck and neck and they're even in both Body Snatchers films. There wasn't any bad acting. There were some memorable faces in both films, so that's what made it worth the watch. Some familiarity.
However,
Good.
I love every second of it because I think he's just the best.
Unknown actresses tend to be the
He's around. I love the news cycle as well. I love the girls.
worst.
I love the fiction of it all.
Because you barely
Brilliant. I can't wait.
know
What
who
do you
it
think?
was.
Will CM Punk make it to WrestleMania? What should he do
Familiar.
going forward?
Anything they had did before, so you can't really dictate and go off any of their previous body of works because you're not familiar with anything they've done in the past. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't really dictate off first impression in that first movie. You can go off that, but even then, an unfamiliar actress or actor isn't as seasoned as those who were more accustomed and more familiar with seeing in movies and this and that. So there's that. I think both movies have good stories. And I think the fact that one takes place in a military base, I vividly have explained this. And I vividly have complimented it. I think that part is awesome. Because it's different. You don't really expect something like that. You know? Especially in a horror film. I mean, Dog Soldiers does that, but that uses the dogs. And that's in Britain. That's not on American soil. So that doesn't count. I'm talking about on American soil as far as that goes. And I appreciate that person who said they respect my dedication. You gotta be dedicated. Like, that's something I try to do on YouTube, my music, with anything, gaming. I try to put dedication and passion in anything, into anything I do, because with that, you'll succeed more, you know? If you don't have passion, dedication, or whatever, you won't succeed. And if you don't believe in yourself, you don't succeed. So, yeah. But Invasion of the Body Snatchers 1978. The chemistry between Donald Sutherland and Brooke Adams was so eye-popping, so eye-catching, just amazing. It was great. You could tell they played for that year, for that time, for 1978, a 44-year-old film. You could tell they really played off each other well and complemented each other's acting styles very well. And I appreciated that. It wasn't forced acting, it wasn't bad acting, and no stretch of the imagination. It was just top tier acting, good acting that you would expect in a horror film, which I appreciated a lot. I highly recommend that you see Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978 compared to 2005. See what you think of the differences between each movie and what sticks out to you about each movie, because each movie has their individual differences in style, pacing, look, camera angles, deaths. Just, yeah, it still has a lot of the same tropes and a lot of the same things, like the web strings that come down on the duplicated bodies, the alien's face. I appreciate that they kept the same, like, trope, the same thing within the film. I appreciate that fact that they didn't switch it up or go in a different direction, because if they would have done that, it would have made the movie a lot harder to really get through if they would have switched things up. But made the movie good, you know. Sticking in the same lane and the same trope. It was a decent amount of kills too. I gave it a 10 out of 10. I know I said it about a lot of films. I know I say this, but I felt like it deserved it. It genuinely deserved it. That might be an eye to beholder. Some probably think it's a 9, 8, whatever. My opinion, I thought it was a 10. Hands down. You could agree to disagree. The Brooke Adams character, her boyfriend, basically ended up in one of them webs as a duplicate. I know that. He basically died. Who else? I think Donald Sutherland survived the whole film, which is cool to see. Him as a surviving person versus Mr. Hennigan's phone, where he plays this character who ends up deceased, talking to a friend from the undead realm, which that was a pretty good movie as well. Story around it, I vividly explained that in a review. If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. Donald Sutherland, I like him as an actor. He's pretty good as an actor. There's a lot of powerful scenes in that film too.
That's how it works. This is the internet. This is how it works.
From the opening to the middle
Literally, no one has said that. I don't know why.
to the end. A lot of powerful shit.
Argue about the CM Punk instead. It's more fun. The blood spot was cool. Come on. Never was very interesting.
And those movies aren't really big on deaths. They're more big on like story. Yeah, you got the alien trope in there, but it's way more big on story than just whole alien duplication and all that, which I appreciate. A lot.
I like the kind of storylines that are a bit based in reality, so long as people kind of stick to the plot a little bit. Sometimes it's bad.
And it makes it even like more intriguing to know that aliens might exist, because UFOs, like I was saying, they've been spotted. It makes it more intriguing or frightening for some to know that that's kind of like, that's reality based somewhat, for sure. Definitely. You surely wouldn't want a kid watching that. I mean, I'm sure kids can handle it, but not like a little kid. Like maybe at the age of like 12 or like 15-ish. Not real young. They're that young, they'd probably be scared seeing that shit. But you can never say never, though. I'm just saying, it's frightening as hell. The reason why I could just sit there and watch horror films is because I'm used to it. Like, they don't scare me. Like, I've been watching horror movies since I was a kid, since I was young, bro. If I could walk across the bridge daytime and night, I could sit through a horror film nighttime and not be afraid. Just built different, bro. That's it. It's built different. Something like that. There's a 1956 version now. I gotta check that out. For sure. Yeah. Woo. But for sure, y'all. Like, for y'all who haven't seen that movie, watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's a good time waster. It's a movie you can fall right to sleep afterwards seeing. You know, I would not point you in the wrong direction. I would. Not one bit. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off this live.